Hey, Jeff Kennon here with you for a little story time today. Back when I was in Bible college, I had the opportunity to drive our singing group from Georgia to Florida. This was such a treat for me. It was like God himself had put a 40,000-pound air horn in my hands. They all wanted to go shopping, so I dropped them off at a mall, and then I took the bus and I parked it in the back of the parking lot where I could be alone with my bus. I started to play. See, the thing with mechanical stuff is there's things to always look at and do, and this particular bus had a very large toggle switch on the left-hand side of the driver's wheel, and you could flip that switch and the doors would open and then flip it again and they would crash close. An amazing toy for a mid-20s testosterone-filled person, right? So I'm playing with the doors, and then it dawns on me, I think I'm better than the doors. In fact, I think I can get from the driver's seat out through those doors before they can capture me. So I thought this through. I decided to time how long it took between when you hit the door switch and the doors closed. So I had an analog watch with a second hand, and flicked the switch and watched the doors close, and it's about 3 seconds. Okay. So the next test is going to be, let's sitting in the driver's seat with the doors open, see what it would take time-wise for me to leap from that seat out the door and time it. So I'm thinking it through. So I go and make my jump and realize through trial and error that the only way to actually get through the doors is to start from a standing position. So I've done my testing, I've done my work, I'm ready to go. I'm standing at the doors and I'm counting down in my head. I'm going to be so manly here in a minute because I'm going to be faster than these doors, and that's going to be something that I can brag about. So am I ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Are you set? I am so set. Go. And I jumped through the doorway as I had flipped that handle. Well, you know how in life sometimes people tell you things slow down in events that happen sometimes? That didn't happen. Nothing slowed down. All I remember is the door crashing down on my forehead and bending my sunglasses forward, and I wrench my head out and I get caught in mid-fall on my shoulder and my leg. So now I'm standing here, the sunglasses are out in the parking lot, shaped like a V. I've got a bruise in the middle of my forehead, and I'm now hung by my arm and leg, which are slowly getting numb because there's no blood going through my arm or leg. And I begin thinking, not that this was stupid, not that this was ill thought out. I was thinking, how do I get out of this without anybody finding out? That was the most important thing. So while I'm contemplating the great truths of the universe of how to hide this courageous, foolish act of mine, a lady decides to park her car behind the bus, way out in the middle of nowhere. Well, 50-50 chance she's going to walk up the driver's side or the passenger side. I'm going to believe that she's going to walk up the driver's side and not see any of this. So of course she gets out of her car and walks up the passenger side. She's walking up the passenger side, looking down in her purse, and I'm thinking, I've got to rescue this situation. How am I going to look cool in this situation? So she happens to glance up as she gets near the door, and she's confronted with an arm and a leg drifting slowly in a Florida breeze because there's no blood in them at all. And she looks aghast, like, what in the world? And she glances up and looks through the glass in the windows of the door, and the only thing I can think to say is, how you doing? And I try to smile this thing away. She looks at me, the bus and shakes her head and walks away. Now, I kind of realized in the past, probably what I should have done is ask for her help, but that never crossed my mind. I moved into the prayer mode, not "Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." This was, "Dear God, please help me, I am in trouble." So about that time, my right hand is down at my side inside the bus, and I'm on my tiptoe, because I've only got one foot that I'm standing on, and I hit something that feels like a lever, and I look down and I see this little placard that says pressure relief valve. So, thinking this through, I know what this valve does. I can pull that valve and the doors are gonna open and I will be free from this and nobody will know the better. So I reach down, I pull the handle, not thinking it through again, and I fall out into the parking lot as the doors release me. I kind of came away from that whole thing thinking, it's not that bad, really? It's not that bad. The truth was, it was that bad. I'm Jeff Kennon. Have a great day.